Hey guys, so another week, another SUV. Today we're gonna try out the new Hyundai Santa Fe, and I tell you guys man, sooner or later all the car review videos you'll be watching are all high riding crossovers or SUVs. Good luck man. So just a brief introduction of the new Santa Fe. There are two models available. You have the 2.2 litre turbo diesel making about 193 horsepower, 440 Newton meters, paired to an 8-speed automatic with all-wheel drive abilities. And then you have the 2.4 litre naturally aspirated engine making about 172 horsepower and 220 Newton meters of torque, if I'm not wrong. That's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. There are two variants available for each of the 2.2 and 2.4. You have the Executive and the Premium. So obviously they vary in the trims and the features offered. For one, you get 18-inch wheels in the Executive and 19-inch wheels in the Premium. So I've got the head of editorial of AutoBuzz, Dennis Wong, to try out the rear legroom of the third row. So at the moment, it's already been adjusted to my comfort. So check this out, there's more than enough room for me to accommodate the third row seats. Now he's gonna climb in to show you how much space there is. So the one-touch function, right, you recline the seat forward and it moves forward as well. Okay, back to the original position. Check it out.
Actually, I am 5 feet 8 inches.
How many is that? How much is that in centimeters, man?
172
Got very anal viewers.
And I can tuck my size 8.5 shoe under the
Yeah, actually there's a lot of like feet room as well.
And actually there is about an inch of knee room. So
that's pretty damn amazing, man. Actually,
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Looking at the profile of the car,
Yeah.
that looks a little bit scooped to the back.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
2 more inches of headroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's comfortable enough for you to be here even from KL to Penang.
Yeah, unless you have relatives who are 6 footers.
Yeah, then definitely not. I put him in the front.
Basketball league or 5 feet 8.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Okay, nice one, man. So, show them how easy it is to get out, man. Again, the button, the one touch.
Hey, let's
Right.
try this.
There you go. Sweet, man. So we're gonna set off now in a convoy. We're gonna head off, if I'm not wrong, to Kajang. We're gonna be driving through some Orang Asli villages, and more importantly, more interestingly actually, we're gonna be doing some off-roading. Like I was told, proper off-roading. So can't wait to show you what this car is about, man. So since we're taking a break here en route to Kajang, just want to take you through a few apparent differences of the Executive model and the Premium model. So as you can tell, the tail lights on the Executive model look a little underwhelming as compared to this one. This one looks so much more impressive, so much more attractive. Going through the side now, these Executive ones get 18-inch wheels. The Premium ones get 19-inch wheels. I think they look so much better. Almost to the side here, you get some chrome cladding. You get sort of a chrome finishing on the door handles. It's black. And in the front, now I'm sure the differences are not too apparent, but if you look closer, you get LED projectors on this one. This is the Premium model, and then you get halogen projectors on the Executive model. So this is the Cascading Grill, as Hyundai calls it. I'm not entirely sure why they call it cascading, but don't think they look too bad. They're running on Kumho's. The Executive ones are running on Kumho tires, but the Premium ones are running on Continental Sport contacts. Okay? So we're actually gonna go like off-roading, like proper off-roading apparently. As you can tell from the sticker as well, our lead car, it's a properly modded 4x4. I'm not sure how these guys are actually going to perform It's going to be quite interesting to see, considering, you know, they're on proper road tires. The 2.4 litre naturally aspirated ones only come with front wheel drive. Only the diesel ones come with all-wheel drive capabilities. If I'm not wrong, sending as much torque as much as 50% of the torque to the rear wheels. So man, it's gonna be quite interesting. Can't wait to check it out. Beautiful day, beautiful roads. Quite a handsome car as well. We're driving the new Hyundai Santa Fe at the moment. I'm in the 2.4 naturally aspirated petrol-powered model. And first impressions, man, really smooth. There are two main things I want to point out. First thing, the calibration. In terms of the pedal feel, the throttle feel, the steering feel, how the pedal works in relation to the transmission and the engine, really smooth, man. Butter smooth. And I say that for both models. Like, I'm driving the 2.4 litre naturally aspirated model at the moment. I spent the trip coming here in the 2.2 litre turbo diesel model, and they both feel the same. Because this one is permanently front wheel drive. The 2.2 litre turbo diesel is all wheel drive with, you know, the 4-wheel drive, locking differential and all that. The biggest difference is the weight of the steering, man. I mean, the steering feels so much lighter on this one. The way the car shifts gears, I mean, this 2.4 model uses the 6-speed automatic transmission, whereas the 2.2 litre turbo diesel uses the new 8-speed automatic transmission. And they both work really smoothly there. In terms of the synchronization of, you know, the throttle and the transmission, and then the engine response, so smooth. And then the other thing I want to mention is the refinement that they've done to this car. I'm gonna admit, I've never been in a Santa Fe before, but this is a very good impression of the Santa Fe, man. I mean, the refinement work that they've done in this car, in terms of the NVH, the ride comfort, and even the seats, man. The seats are so nicely designed. I mean, so much padding, it's so soft, it's so comfortable. And the rip support as well, man. I mean, going through these really winding B roads, it really helps. It's really, really helpful. And like, it takes a lot to notice this, but once you go through the bends and all, man, I mean, just driving through urban highways and all, urban roads and all, you don't really notice it, but when you're going through these roads, you really appreciate what they've done to these seats. Now, a lot of y'all might be wondering, like, what's the 2.4 litre model like to drive in comparison with the turbo diesel model? This one's got about 172 horsepower and maybe about 220 odd Newton meters of torque. I mean, it's not the most powerful thing out there, it's not the last word in performance, but feels adequate actually. But the similar thing that I want to point out between the two models is the brake feel. Like, I feel like the brakes could bite a little harder, but that's the only complaint I have, man. In terms of the power delivery, the smoothness of the transmission, the quietness of the engine, especially in the turbo diesel model, like, yeah, you don't hear it at all. You don't hear much of it at all, and it's not intrusive to, you know, the peace and quiet in the cabin that you get from all this refinement. So the car that this Tucson is looking to compete against is, I suppose, the Toyota Fortuner and the Ford Everest, perhaps. The Ford Everest is probably a closer match in terms of the price, but what they can do, the Santa Fe can do as well, in terms of going off-road and all. Perhaps they are a little better, but what this car offers, I don't think you can say the same about those two cars, because this one I feel like offers a very nice balance between sort of off-road capabilities. I mean, I'm not trying to kid you lah. You can definitely not beat, you know, the Hiluxes and the Tritons in this car. Definitely not. But you know, if you need to do some light off-roading, crossing a stream, going through a slightly muddy slope, no problem. Just like what the Fortuner and the Everest would do. Probably even better as well. But what they can't offer you is the level of comfort, which this car really tops it. So I just overtook a lorry earlier. This 2.4 litre model, like I said earlier, not the most powerful, does require a bit of encouragement for it to get going. But once you get it going, no problem. Unlike the 2.2 litre turbo diesel model, slight nudge of the pedal and whoosh, off you go. Whatever you need to overtake, whoever you need to overtake, it's done. But the smoothness, man, really, the smoothness is really quite something. They may share very different performance attributes, but when it comes to the smoothness, and I think these kind of things really matter in like really urban areas, you know, a lot of stop go, left, right. This kind of smoothness really helps provide an effortless drive. You know, you don't feel tired driving it, you don't have to sort of manage the car too much, you know, how much throttle to lift off, how much to press to get a certain amount of performance. This one, along with the turbo diesel, they've got it just right. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the whole difference between the Golf GTI and the Golf R as well, man. Because like, having driven them back to back, you know, one being front wheel drive, one being all wheel drive, the moment you jump into the front wheel drive model, which is the GTI of course, you feel an instant difference in the way they behave, they drive along. The front wheel drive model, which is this, the 2.4 litre naturally aspirated model, feels so much more light, effortless, light-footed. It feels more nimble as well, whereas the other one feels more, you know, solid, more chunky, a little heavier. I wish I have a Golf GTI on this road though. This car is way too big for